Good morning, my little YouTubles. It is Sunday, the 26th of July, 2020, by the way. And welcome to the Kevin and Anna Show. Thank you for joining us. Getting a late start today. It's after 11. But I've got some exciting stuff I want to share with you today. I want to recap some of the thoughts on new arbitrage opportunities, as well as we're going to go through a box that was donated to me that smells like cha-ching, as well as something I picked up at a yard sale 3 weeks ago, I think, which could also be cha-ching or could be, we'll see. I'll have to do some testing with this equipment and then check it out. But Anna was teaching her exercise class today, so I was looking after the girls. See what happens when you hang out with a 4-year-old for 2 hours. You grow ears. So anyway, I'll be back with you. Stay tuned. Might be some exciting news today. Okay, on to one of the things I've really been excited about. So let me give you a little backstory here. A coworker of mine, we use a chat program at work, and a coworker of mine sent out a message just as I was looking down at the chat, and he said, does anybody want a VCR? So like within 2 seconds, my response, yes, I'll take it. And then it went silent, and then several minutes later all these pictures started rolling in, and so I shot him another message and said, I'll take it all. And then I went on to say, you know, I'm going to resell this stuff, so it's coming from his dad. I'm going to resell this stuff, so if anybody else wants it, you know, for personal use, any of my coworkers, please, you know, give them priority. I said, but if you don't mind if I sell it, I'll take it all. And he was like, no, my dad doesn't care. It came from his dad. My dad doesn't care. He's just happy to get rid of it. Apparently his dad was downsizing. So let me show you what I have had crated up and boxed up over here in the floor for quite some time. Well, a couple weeks anyway. 2 Bose speakers. I've comped all of this before I started recording so I could give you an idea. The Bose speakers, obviously everything's used. The Bose speakers I could sell as a set for 50 bucks, or I could part them out and do them at $30 each. So these two will get parted out. This Sony black speaker system is going for about 40 bucks. So I'm not going to try to part those out. This is a little older Sony speaker system, and I think I can get 20 bucks out of that one. Then we have this Sony Dvd Vcr Combo, and unfortunately I don't have the remote for that, but if I did, I could probably get 75 out of it. But even without the remote, I think I can get 45 out of it. All of this stuff has to be tested, by the way. It's all got to be tested. That Panasonic Dvd Player is going for about $35, and I do have the remote for that one. And then the Pioneer Elite stereo system, which I also have the remote for, I can sell that one for about $85. So totaling all of that stuff up, the way I'm looking at selling it, it's going to be about $250, you know, when and if everything sells. Somebody's sneaking around in the garage. But anyway, I was just so ecstatic and thankful to get all that stuff, again, for free. So, you know, woohoo! See ya! So real quick, after I followed Anna back inside just now, the other half of our channel, Anna, the ghost, the poltergeist, no, not poltergeist, but the entity that never appears. I walked back inside and I was thinking about fixing some lunch, and all of a sudden I see a bright orange fluorescent shirt walking across my front yard. And I'm like, the heck is that? And surprise, surprise, it was FedEx. And they have brought me a package. See if I can do this with one hand. And this is big thanks to Kevin at Commonwealth Flipper or Commonwealth Picker, either channel. Go check him out and subscribe if you haven't. But I used what I hoped to be an affiliate link for him because I've been needing poly bags. And there they are. It's a big bunch of poly bags and amazing quick shipping on that. The website, it came off of Amazon, but I think it was ordered on Thursday or Friday, and this is Sunday, and boom, here they are. But you know, I was talking about yesterday, I was talking about reuse, recycle. Well, there's another bonus. Woohoo! I got a small box. You know, that looks like a perfect box for one of these groups of speakers here. Throw a little bubble wrap on those jewels, protect them. Anyway, want to go get some lunch, and we'll pick back up here in a little while. Bye. Well, as thankful as I am to have all of this equipment, there's a couple items missing. Like I said, the remote is missing from the Sony Dvd Vcr Combo unit, but this Pioneer Elite, this nice stereo system, I saw the power cable connector and I had just glanced at it, and I thought for sure that was just a standard power cable like we use in the IT business for computers and monitors and such, but it's not. So I went ahead and texted my coworker, said, you think there's any chance your dad may have these items? The power cord and the remote, I could order them both online if I wanted to. Those remotes are going for about 15 to 20 bucks. And I don't know that it would make sense to add that to it. Maybe I'll have to see on that one, but if he would happen to have it, you know, I'd gladly pay for shipping if he could get it to me. And then the power cable, I don't know, I haven't priced that yet. I just discovered that. But here's what's the biggest bummer of it, like right now for me, is I was about to start testing and listing these speakers, and I have no way to test them. I have no stereo to hook them to because they just take old-fashioned speaker wire that plugs in a positive and a negative on there. Now there is a trick that I'll show you guys. It will not test them for sound, but it will test them to make sure that they're receiving signal. And I used to do this when I worked on as a hobby, when I used to do my own car stereo stuff, to help me identify which speaker wire was going to which speaker. And I'll show you that in a few minutes. So let me get set up for that. All right, we're ready to test. So what you need is some type of wire, speaker wire, preferably. I didn't have any readily available, but any type of, especially copper works best, any type of cabling or wiring should work. For instance, this is computer network cabling. There's actually 8 cables down in there, but I stripped the cable and then I stripped the ends so I have bare copper showing here. And I did that on both ends. Obviously you want the same 2 cables. I have an orange and white cable, and I stripped it on the other end and plugged them in. Polarity in this particular scenario does not matter. i.e. positive, negative, where you touch it, where you plug it in. As long as you've got one end, touching both sides, you're good. So I've got to put the camera in my mouth here to actually show you. So just listen to this. You'll also need a battery of some sort. Even a AAA battery works. Small battery, but I just happen to have this, what is this, a D? This big battery handy, so this is what I'm using. So here's what we do. And that tells you that the actual speaker itself will produce sound. Again, not for sound quality. Have no idea what these speakers sound like. So for me, I'll test each one of these speakers, but for me, this is going to be a good enough test to go ahead and list them. And the only reason I'm doing that is because it's a trusted source. I know the people where I got the equipment from, and I know they wouldn't just say, oh, here, take this stuff and, you know, thanks for getting it out of our way, and not tell me, oh, but the speakers are busted, you know. So I'd really trust that these guys have given me good stuff. So I'll move forward with that, and move forward with the listings. And there you go. I've only got 4, 9, 11 more speakers to test. Making progress. Remember all the speakers, they've all been listed. And I was talking the other day about not using a inventory / location / SKU type system, and I'd probably be okay. I really need to slow down or I'm going to lose track and not be okay. Because in that video I pointed out how everything started at these ballasts and went that way. Well, now it actually starts there in that big Walmart bag and goes that way all the way down to the end of this black shelf where I've got things balanced on top of each other. But now I've impeded on all of this, and this is filling up. I've got this little tiny scrap area right here, but I still have all of this stuff to get listed. And I still have all of that back there to get listed. Not the blue tote here, but these items here. So yeah, I think I'm running out of space. I'm gonna have to slow down. I'm gonna have to sell some stuff. There we go. Now that's an ingenious idea. In honor of McKinley's sweetness, I've been wearing her little, whatever you call these things. I've been poofing it all day, so she enjoys it every time she sees me. Daddy, you're here. Yeah, so good stuff. Fun times being a dad. Not always that way, as many of you probably know, but sometimes it's really awesome. Alright, that's the only updates I've got for you. I think next, I'll throw this in real quick, but I think next, coffee. I can test out the DVD player. I'm sorry, the Blu-ray player, because it's already hooked up and have one hooked up inside. And I don't know, does that Sony come with an HDMI? I may be able to test that out too. No, looks like we're just audio, video, coax, and what was that, S-video? Yeah, no good there, and an optical in. So that is an older technology, obviously. No joy on that unless I yank a TV, which I need to do anyway, but it's probably not good timing for me to pull that TV out of the basement and test with it. Anyway, you know, yesterday, although I am sitting in the chair and listening from my phone, a lot of times I don't want to list from my phone, but I am sitting in the chair a lot and not standing as much. in front of my Snuggie background. You guys like that? It used to be, still is, but a Snuggie. But anyway, I decided this morning when I was, got out of the shower and getting ready, I was like, I am going to put on tennis shoes and see how that goes. So, boop, so far so good. I don't have that lower back pain, and I don't have back issues. I'm just not accustomed to standing on concrete for long periods of time, especially in paper thin, squashed flat El Cheapo flip-flops. I had a nice pair of flip-flops my sister-in-law got me for Christmas a couple years back, and I love wearing flip-flops, and I wear them anytime I can during the summer. But the side strap finally gave way, popped out. So they had a lot of miles on them, so I got the use out of them. Wasn't a bad pair. I don't even remember what the brand was. Anyway, there's enough babble. I'm gonna get back to work. Peace. Well, good news. Panasonic Blu-ray tested good. First time I powered it up and put a Blu-ray in there, it was hanging and extremely sluggish, and I'm like, oh no. So I got that Blu-ray out, powered it off, powered it back up with another Blu-ray in there, and boom, boom, boom. I think it's a bad Blu-ray. It was from Blockbuster, if any of you old timers remember Blockbuster Video. Yeah, again, that one, I'm doing a little undercutting on my pricing because I just like to move some of this stuff. So like those Bose speakers, $30 each. I did them for $27.99, maybe $28.99 each. Sony black speakers, I did do those for $39.99. Sony gray speakers, I did do those for $19.99. But this, Panasonic Blu-ray for $35. I'll probably do it for $29.99 and get it out there because Blu-rays aren't at a point now where they're not VHSs. They're still out there. You can still buy them in the stores. So I think I'll do that. Hopefully move it quicker than later. I'll see you in a bit. All right, guys, I am super excited. 3 weeks, a month ago, I stopped at a flea market and I bought 2 slide projectors, old slide projectors for, he wanted $25, and I ended up giving a package deal, but I paid about $20 for them, okay? So they've been sitting over here in this need to be sorted pile in the blank spot here, and I've now got them on the table, okay? So this one, whatever, it's air equipped, doesn't have power cable, whatever, sell it for parts. But this one, this Kodak, all of these, I didn't think it had any power cables or anything else, and they're all slid down in there. It's got 2 remotes, and it's got its, I don't know if that's the power. Maybe I am missing the power. But anyway, it has, the main bit, projector, and then it's got this lens here. So that's a real good question. Do I have power? I don't know what I would plug that into. Well, I may be a little more bummed than excited now. Oh, there's the power. That's right. It's wrapped up around the bottom. I do have power. So, I started doing comps on this, and a complete kit like this, if it works, anywhere from like $125 to $200. Boom! So excited. Alright, so I was really excited about that, and again, just going to throw this one on eBay for parts or whatever. And so I just start looking at it, checking it out, looking at the connectors, testing the the little buttons to little knobs to see if it raises and lowers and all that kind of thing. And it has this side compartment here. So I pull the side compartment off, and I've got everything that I need. Hallelujah! Super stoked. Now this one is not even on eBay. There's no comps for this particular one. There are a few of these air-equipped devices, but not really many comps. Now, everything's gonna depend on how they work. Do they work? And we'll see. But if I can get power, and I'll go buy a bulb if I can, or order them if I need to test with. But it's just super stoked, man. I mean, 20 bucks in those, and looking probably at a minimum, you know, of 150 bucks, possibly upwards of over 200. And who knows, if that air-quipped, if that model is something very desirable for collectors and it works, it could be another $200. So I could be looking at $350, $400. I always get excited, always try to keep the positive attitude about these, and I get crushed quite often because I think, you know, it's not always as good as I wish it to be. But nonetheless, there we are with that. Now let's test some stuff and see what happens. Everybody say a prayer for me. You am I winding down? It's 20 till 7. Yes, 20 till 7. And I've been moving along. I got that big Pioneer receiver. I got that tested and listed. 26.5 pounds, 18 by 16 by 9. So just depending on where the person lives, shipping is going to be crazy on that one. It can ship as little as, you know, like 25 bucks if they live close by. But you know, I also put in the listing to contact me before you buy it now, because there's a good opportunity I can get you better shipping. And I'll check Pirate Ship and FedEx and, you know, all the norms, see if I can get a better rate. But yeah, that was expensive. Anyway, okay, so one other thing, sold another NASCAR car. Boom! This one wasn't a crazy expensive one. It was only $35. It was not the Action brand. It was whatever the other one was that had the Mark Martin signature on it. So stoked about that. We are now just in the NASCARs, paid 100. We now just sold at 110. So everything from this point forward is all profit. Now, another exciting thing. I have that puppy powered on, or not powered on, but plugged in and ready to power on. Let's see. Hang on, let me cut my stereo off here. Because there's a fan and obviously a bulb, but who knows, these things are old. Let's see, we might get sparks. Power goes to fan. I hear a fan. Bulb. Looky. And high and low work. Forward. Reverse. Remove lens before using viewer. I don't even know what that means. What's that button for? Focus off. Autofocus on. Off. Timer. Fast and slow. Let's see if the timer works. How's fast? How do you turn the timer on? Oh, there it goes. Come on, baby. There it goes. So the timer does work. The whole fast and slow thing doesn't seem to make much of a difference. Alright, there's fast. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. So that's 5 seconds. I don't want to look at anybody's mug for 5 seconds. How exciting is that? Woo-hoo-hoo! Now, I've still got to test the other things. There's the lens I need to test. I don't even know what that cord goes to. I got to figure this stuff out. And then there's 2 remotes, but they are nasty, sticky. So I'm going to do some cleanup on that. But hallelujah. How about that? Yeah! I'm hoping for 200. That would be so awesome, and so I appreciate it so much. Anyway, here's where we're at, guys. I've kind of refueled now that I know that that's working. So, yeah. See you in a bit. So, as I mentioned as we were getting the video started, I've embraced and tackled a new type of sourcing. And I always wondered how well it worked. And I think I am sold now that this is an absolute wonderful way to pick up items. Especially if you're a person like me who likes to buy a lot, not necessarily in bulk, and I'm okay with that, but to buy, like, you know, enough to get a much better price on it, a collection or an overstock scenario. And the way I started, the way I tested this or attempted this was, you may have all seen on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace where people post in search of ads. And I posted one Friday, I think it was. I posted one ad, and I didn't specify that I was looking for toys or electronics. I just said I'm looking for, willing to buy, look at and buy your collection or any, you know, overstock quantity of an item that you may have. And it was probably, I've been getting, well, in the first hour, I probably got hit up like 4 times. And then through the weekend, I've gotten hit up several other times about this. And so I'm really excited about that because, one, the negotiation is fairly easy. It's not, I mean, I'm a good negotiator in person, but especially for someone who's more of an introvert, you can handle the negotiation. You can handle the negotiations online. For instance, as I spoke about in my video yesterday, a lady was, you know, selling her deceased father's goods to pay for the funeral, and she was wanting $250, and I walked away with that for $100. All of that was settled online before I even went and looked at the stuff. Now, if you really wanted to negotiate, let's take that example and take the moral part of it out. We're not talking about her, just a negotiation. But if you really wanted to negotiate even harder, but you'd have to be either willing to, 1, lose the deal, or 2, crumble and pay what you agreed upon at the online in the chats or in the messages. Settle on it, $100. Okay, she'll take $100. They'll take $100. Then when you go to meet, then start really picking away, as we do in negotiations, picking away, oh, well, I didn't realize the boxes were going to be that rough. You know, these are collector items. People like the boxes good. So I can't do 100, but I'm still willing to go 80. They're already there to meet you. They're already in need of money because they contacted you. And again, this is just business negotiation tactics. We're not looking at moral sides of things. If you wanted to run a reseller business in doing it in a very moral way, you probably won't make a whole lot of money. That doesn't make what I'm saying or what I'm doing wrong. It's just negotiating tips to better yourself and to get yourself more bang for the buck. So that's what I would suggest for you guys to do. Uh-oh, one of my lights is starting to go dead. But I found this extremely exciting because a lot of times, especially for me, you know, I have basically 3 jobs. I have 1 full-time and 2 part-time. And I don't have a ton of time to always be able to go to yard sales and estate sales. Now, I love those things, and I will when I can, but this is just another avenue for sourcing. You schedule it, you know, sometimes people flake out and don't meet you, and I get that, but typically somebody who's wanting money, they're going to be there when they say they're going to be there. So this is something that I'm super excited about, and I'm ready to pursue and see how things go. I've gotten several other hits over the weekend that I may have acted on. Sometimes those people kind of flaked off and didn't contact me or didn't get me the pictures they were going to, and I haven't pushed back. If I pushed back, I might be able to get some of those pictures and get contact with these people. But because of the deal I made on Friday, paying $100 and going to walk away if things sell as I expect them to, going to walk away $250, so you know, $150 profit. If that is kind of satisfied the need for right now, and of course I'm invested into it and I want to see some of that money start to come back in, which actually we are. As I said earlier, paid $100. We've already sold $110 worth of the NASCAR die-cast cars, so we're in the profit, got that money back. So when I'm ready, I can go back and do this again. I'm not ready just yet because I've spent an exhausting weekend working with all this eBay listings and researching and everything else. Super exciting, but I'm drained. I can't focus on trying again right now. I need to rest and recoup and relax. So anyway, there's my spiel on that. So if you noticed in the title, it said, will this gamble work? Well, it has thus far, and I'm excited to roll the dice again. So yeah. Hoorah. Okay, guys. It is 15 till 9. And I am just about finished up. I went ahead and got that other projector listed. There weren't that many on the high end, so I kind of hit the somewhat high end with a $149.99. Buy it now. Shipping is astronomical on that thing too. It's so heavy, but and the box is so big. But we'll see. Again, I'll hit pirate ship. I told them in the listings to contact me for a better shipping rate. Hopefully, a better shipping rate. So I'll hit the sites and see if I can get something better. So that's it for tonight. One more thing. We're about to test this. So I've got it plugged in, and I've been looking at all the buttons and whatnot on it, checking them out, making sure they spin and the elevate works and all of that. So that's good. Now it's time for the real test, the power button. And it also has a remote, and I'll check that if it powers on, but it's got a fan. So that'll be our first switch. Everybody stand by. We could see sparks. Ooh, the fan is working. Can you hear it? I can feel it too. Sounds like it's on its last leg, but it's working. Alright, let's hit the light. Boom, look at that. There's a light projected over there on McKinley's bicycle. Alright. That gives me motivation to keep going, but not enough to call it a day. Daddy's tired. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate you. I don't get many views on my videos thus far, but I'm going to keep making them because I think I can do this. And I think once the videos start spreading, I think people might enjoy them. So, fingers crossed on that. But again, thanks for sticking through. Thanks for watching. And I will see you maybe tomorrow. If not tomorrow, in a few days. Hopefully I'll start to see some more sales. So y'all take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.